At last, von Braun gets the go-ahead to launch a satellite. But the US Navy is to have first shot. With only weeks to turn it around, von Braun is joined by the scientists William Pickering and James Van Allen, who will design the instruments on board.
I can't persuade the Pentagon to let us launch our satellite before the Navy, but I want to be ready as soon as they've had their go. The scientific instruments, the radio transmitter, everything must fit inside this space. I'm calling it the Explorer. How quickly can you get this done?
In an attempt to restore America's shattered pride, the US Navy rushes its satellite towards launch. The Vanguard rocket has never been tested before, but the world's media are promised that the launch will be the biggest TV spectacle in history. Having risen just 3 feet from the pad, the only thing to survive the explosion is the satellite. Blown clear, it begins to transmit from the ground nearby.
Flopnik, Dodnik, Oopsnik, and my personal favorite, Kaputnik. We've been given a launch, but it's only a 3-day window. We have to launch by the end of January. If we miss it, the Navy's second attempt is scheduled for the very next day. This will not happen to us.
If successful, von Braun's Explorer will outdo Koryalov's Sputnik by collecting scientific data from space. On the eve of the big day, von Braun is ordered to Washington to deal with the media. But for 2 days, bad weather prevents the launch. The last day of January, von Braun has until midnight. After that, the US Navy will get a second chance.
It's Davis.
This is a crazy way to do business, launching rockets by telephone. Kurt, tell me this is good news.
We just got word from the weather office. Winds have dropped, and we're ready to go.
At last. Good luck, Kurt. I only wish I could be there.
Four months after Koryolov launched Sputnik, von Braun's satellite is bound for space.
How long can we expect to wait?
This is Antigua Island. 4th stage is fired. Explorer should be on its way.
Okay, gentlemen. All we can do is wait. It should be over the next tracking station in California in an hour and a half.
Until its radio signal reaches the tracking station in California, von Braun will have no confirmation that Explorer is actually in orbit. There's a 90-minute wait.
Well, I make that 1.5 hours. Where's our signal?
California? Do you hear? Nothing. I think we should give it a few minutes leeway.
Werner, what happened? Do we have a satellite or don't we?
Pickering. We did?
Gentlemen, made it to space.
The reason for the delay is that we made a higher orbit than anyone anticipated. I guess you just made it back into the history books.
Well done.
Gentlemen, I am proud to announce the successful launch of Explorer 1, America's first man-made satellite, into Earth's orbit last night. I have long seen my purpose in life as the promotion of space flight. Well, today we have answered the Soviet challenge, and in doing so, opened the gates to the heavens.
At last, von Braun has a satellite.
Are we happy with the dimensions?
But still no idea of the identity of the man who has beaten him to it.
Apparently, the Americans have evened the score. It would appear that we are in a race to space. A race that we, of course, intend to win.